Doyle, and I'm joined today by Cody Land, one of the fighters here at the gym. Today we're going to work a little bit on dealing with the teep, or the foot jab or front kick of Muay Thai. This kick is going to come at me in a straight line, and it's basically if I were to stand in front of a door and I was trying to kick the door down. A lot of the traditional Asian martial arts, especially as they became more kind of sports specific, the idea was to score points. So flicking of the knee kind of became more important than actually trying to do a lot of damage. This is not that kick. This kick is designed, like I said, like you were trying to push a person off their feet or kick a door down. It is the jab with your leg of Muay Thai. Okay, so when Cody does this kick, his idea is to bring his knee up in front, and then he's pushing straight out to push me backwards. Okay, so again, just like he's kicking a door down, that kick is coming out to knock my weight backwards. When he does it with his front leg, his back foot will come up and chamber so that his weight can shift and he can push this way. So there's a rear leg teep, and then there's a front leg teep like this. Now, in some of our other drills, we talked about the Muay Thai attitude of standing your ground sometimes and not giving up space. Certainly, I can back away from that kick and have it not hit me, but then I've also brought myself further away from Cody, so my counter-attack becomes less efficient because I need to win that space back. Or I can be efficient with my footwork to maximize my opportunity to be able to counter him. So, as Cody goes to kick, I know the intended target is my midsection. So I'm going to pull that target out of the way and allow Cody to come off balance and fall basically into the block. When I block this kick, I want to make sure that I'm not opening myself up to a counter. So when Cody's rear leg comes up, I want to make sure that I don't push it down this way, and then I'm in a bad spot for some of his weapons of Muay Thai. Similarly, if the front leg comes up, I don't want to push this down to the ground and end up in here. I want to push Cody to what's called the blind side. And the blind side is where basically he has to turn his head to see where I'm at, or to adjust his body. I'm not going to give him the time to do that because I'm already going to be overwhelming him with some counters of my own. So when this rear leg kick comes up, there are two things that need to happen. One, I'm going to pull my body back out of the way. And then I'm going to scoop this leg so that he opens up himself to my counter because he would be on the blind side. The blind side is, in order for him to be effective, he either would have to spin to face me or spin all the way through to attack me. I don't need to move anywhere, but he's got some catching up with footwork to do in order for him to kind of get back into the fight. I will use that opportunity to overwhelm him with counters of my own. So, as that rear leg teep comes up, I'm going to take my back hand and I'm going to scoop it away. At this point, I have all of my weapons available to me. Cody becomes a one-sided fighter. When I scoop, I'm bringing my midsection out of the way first, and then I'm pushing this leg away. Pushing this leg away. Now, once his foot is past my hip, that kick is blocked. Anything that I push more than that just sends him further away from me, and again, I want to try to be as efficient as possible. So from the front, my block looks like this. I'm pulling my hips back, and I'm scooping this way. When the other side comes, my weight shifts, and I scoop. Again, I'm either pulling my knee back or my body back. I'm being in a position to counter. So, the rear leg teep, I will block it this way, and the front leg teep, I block this way. Rear leg teep, I want to turn him to the outside. Same thing with the front side, he becomes a blindsided fighter because he's got to physically turn around to see where I'm at, and I should have the advantage on him with that attack. Thank you, enjoy. Okay, if you just watched our previous video on dealing with the rear leg and front leg teep and not backing away, and certainly sometimes there is a cause to get out of the way of something. Okay, the easiest way to block something is not to be there, certainly. But sometimes if I move back, then I have to take that space back in order to counter. Here, I will simply move my body back, because that's the intended target. And if you think of this like a boxer would do that, pulling his head out of the way of what's coming at him, it's actually a very natural thing for your body to want to do, is to pull the intended target out of the way. So I'm going to draw my hips back, and I'm going to scoop or scoop. Again, when I scoop it away, I know that at this point his foot will drop on the outside of my hip. If I push it further than that, I may lose the grip on his foot, but then I'm also opening myself up too much too, and potentially pushing my opponent too far away from me to where I have to end up doing a lot of little footwork to be able to jump on him. So from here, I scoop, and here, scoop, and be in a position to attack. Solo drills for addressing the teep. Enjoy.